motherfuckers some money and see what they ass do. They mad because they can't do what the elites do. And now they want to blame the elites for the world being in hell. No, it's you. It's the everyday person. It's the everyday person that got the world looking like this. It's your next door neighbors. And then another thing. So here's the thing. A lot of people think that I've read a lot of books. I haven't read that many books. Most of my knowledge comes from accumulated information that I have gathered across my lifetime. Now, this ain't like, so when we talk about experience, if you say the word experience, life experience, most people will think you talking about relationships. But I have a lot of experience in life. I'm 40 years old and I got a lot of experience. I learned a lot in the military. I spent 8 years in the military. I went to officer candidate school. I got my commission as an officer. I went to school for cell and molecular biology some years ago. Right? I was top salesman in the car industry. I did door-to-door sales. I done had a lot of different little jobs. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I got life experience too. Right? The one thing that trips me, that's tripping me about people, I was in the Army. The one thing that's tripping me about people, especially people that have seen me pop up here and there, people think that I have changed my position because I'm talking about women. But I'm not just talking about women. I'm talking about humans. Cause see, I done already covered men. In my opinion, it ain't shit else to say about men. Right? There's nothing else to say about men because I done said everything that need to be said. Right? I done said everything that there is to say. I wrote a book, for those of y'all who don't know. I wrote a book called 41 Shades of Men: The Pursuit to Subdue and Use You. That shit ain't changed. That shit ain't changed. I have not changed my mind on facts. I've not changed my mind on facts. Every man, without question, is in your face for a reason. That's a fact. Every single man is in your face for a reason. Every man approaches you for a reason. It's your job to figure out what that reason is. Women make the mistake thinking that it's just sex. You make the mistake to think that it's just sex. Women make the mistake to think, oh, he think I'm fine. Ooh, he got me a Prosecco with a splash of cranberry. My man. My man. That's where you fuck up at. That's where you fuck up at. Now, a man will tell you, you should have chose better. Right or wrong. Right or wrong. You should have chose better. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this question. How can you choose better if you don't know better? Pause. Before you answer that, let me ask you, let me demonstrate to you. Cause y'all need visuals. Y'all need visuals, okay? Right, I'm gonna show you something. Cause y'all need visuals. And this will help you understand my point. This gonna help you understand my point. Ooh. Let's do this one, a hard one. Let's do a hard one, a real hard one. Okay, let's do that one. Okay, all right. Question. Can you tell me what the answer to that problem is? What's the answer to this problem? Which one of the following equations represents a line that is parallel to this line? Can anybody just answer that question real quick? There's a point that I'm making to this. Now I want y'all to see something. This is real interesting. Okay, how many of you all know how to work the problem? Question, how many of y'all know how to work the problem? Study long, study wrong. If you don't know the answer, just choose C. Okay, it's a lot of people saying they know how to do it. I done seen every goddamn letter. I think somebody even put F on there. I think somebody even chose F. Look, it's not even about what the answer to the problem is. That ain't even my goddamn point. My point is your ass don't have to know shit to be able to choose a letter. How you gonna make a better choice if you don't know? How are you going to make a better choice if you don't know? Because a lot of y'all were just choosing any goddamn thing. Shit, I don't know. Shit, let me just choose C. Let me just choose B. I seen every goddamn letter. Every last one of them. I want you to notice how you've been choosing your men. That's exactly how the fuck you've been choosing your men. Ooh, which one? Ooh, I mean, he fine. I don't know. I usually like tall men, but I mean, if he got a nice little thing, I might be able to choose him. Do he got money? I don't know. This how the fuck you choose your men. You choose your men. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. Shoes. If you don't know, just choose the middle. So I saw that you was doing that. I saw that that's how you was picking your fucking dudes. Because the men ain't gonna tell you how to choose them, now are they? Do you think the men are gonna tell you how to pick their ass? Do you actually think your daddy gonna help you pick a better man? Your daddy trying to make sure that don't no man surpass him. Your daddy trying to make sure that he raised the bar so high, knowing that most men ain't gonna meet that bar, and got you out there looking for a needle in a goddamn haystack so that you can always praise your daddy. Well, my daddy is the best man I have ever known. My daddy made sure that I would never need for nothing. My daddy told me, what if a man don't open my door, yeah, your daddy made you look at him as the best man for the rest of your life. So you think he gonna help you pick a goddamn man? Hmm. Hmm. So your ass out there really choosing in the goddamn dark. You ain't never, you know why you ain't never thought about this shit? Because anytime somebody think, and they think deep, it ain't that deep. How many times you caught yourself saying some shit like, it ain't that deep? Yes, it is, bitch. Everything is that deep. And anytime somebody say it ain't that deep, I know they ass swim in the kiddie pool. I know you a child. You a fucking toddler in the goddamn kiddie pool. It ain't that deep. Yes, it fucking is if you swim out there, bitch. Whew. It just depends on what type of physical disability you have. Right? So this is a book that I wrote, right? This is a book that I wrote. It's called The Game, 41 Shades of Men, right? The Pursuit to Subdue and Use You. So I find it funny that I write this book, 41 Shades of Men. It's 41 different shades in here. And every time I list the shades, the women say, I don't want that. That's not for me. Then you catch the men, 65 million of them, in a, a quote unquote online university trying to figure out how to slip Quaaludes in your drink. And you still got a problem with somebody saying you ain't compatible. I just need you to make that make sense. I just need you to make that make sense. How are you complaining that 65 million males was in a quote unquote online university trying to figure out how to grape you while you sleep, or how to slip something in your drink to take, they giving each other advice? How do you find that? How do you listen to this and then still had a nerve to balk at the idea when somebody say your ass ain't compatible? Do you think y'all could does that sound like compatible? Do you want to get, do you have grape fantasies? Is that your fantasy? Is that what you want? Because if you don't want that, that means y'all's motivations are not compatible. That's what that means. If the way they think and what they want is not in alignment with what you think and what you want, you do know that that's not compatible, right? So now I have to ask you the question. If you insist that you all are compatible, I now have to ask you, is that what you want? Is that what you want? Is that what you dream of happening to you? That's just a question. It's just a question. So it all starts with the fact that you build your relationships off of sex. Because if you wasn't building your relationships off of your genitals and the idea that you can produce babies, and you was focusing on what y'all have in common in mind, you would instantly see that, maybe we not compatible. Do you think it's compatibility to have to weaponize an innocent child to try to control a person that don't want to be with you? Do you think that's compatibility, where you got to chase a nigga for $5 in child support and he dodging you? He dodging you like a motherfucking running back? You think that's compatibility? I'm just trying to figure out why y'all think I'm the crazy one. Why do y'all think I'm the illogical one? Why do you think I'm the illogical one? That's all I want to know. Does the average person not know that they mentally ill? You want to know what else be tripping me out? You want to know what else be tripping me out? When I said that the entire human species is a narcissistic species, you know what these knuckleheads say? I said the whole entire species is a narcissistic species. You know what they tell me? This is not true because it's only 2% or 3% of people that's been diagnosed with NPD. The majority of people, bitch, shut up. Please shut the fuck up. Because y'all asses don't even go to the clinic to get checked for STD, let alone going to a psychiatrist to get checked for NPD. Shut the fuck up, okay? Just shut the fuck up. You ain't went to no goddamn psychiatrist. Because if your ass did, you would be on fucking medication because you definitely a narcissistic abuser, bitch. Motherfuckers check for STDs. Like, I mean, I don't see it leaking. I guess she clean. Shit. You went to the doctor, the hospital? No, she clean. Shit. So if she ain't got nothing, I ain't got nothing. This is how you motherfuckers, this is how you motherfuckers diagnose yourself with motherfucking STDs. So I will not trust you about who the fuck been diagnosed, clinically diagnosed with no goddamn NPD. You all think that just because you ain't checked and you ain't went to the clinic that you ain't got it. That's your logic for everything. And I'm supposedly the crazy one. No. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Y'all got to stop this. Let me tell you something. All right, I need you to understand this. When you have no self-awareness, which is most people, and most people can't even admit to having any traits of narcissism, guess what? That makes you 1,000 times more narcissistic because you are totally unaware of how you affect people with your behavior. The average person don't realize they're a goddamn abuser. Women don't realize how abusive they are. Women always talking about men being narcissists, but women are abusers. They abuse their friends. They abuse their goddamn kids. What's that girl name that played the basketball? Now I sound like an old woman. What's that girl that played the basketball? With the black girl. She was talking to Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart asked her who was her favorite basketball player as a female. And she was like, I don't like, I mean, they my competition. I ain't supposed to like them. He say, so you can't respect Angel Reese. Yeah, you can't respect somebody else for their skills. She said, well, I mean, no, what about you? He say, my favorite comedian is Dave Chappelle. Well, you different. Bitch, what? You feel like just because you play against a person that you ain't supposed to like them or admire their skill or nothing? Women have no earthly idea about how narcissistic they are, how abusive they are, how fucking mean they are. Women act like it's so far-fetched, but you online crying because your kids don't want to talk to you. You up here complaining that your kids done went no contact. What the fuck they went no contact for, man? That should be a clear indicator of your narcissistic. But no. They just ungrateful. I did the best that I could, first and foremost, bitch. You had that baby by a married man who didn't want your ass, and you was trying to make him leave his wife. And so you kept the baby, okay? So don't act like you did the goddamn baby no favor, bitch. Bitch, you exchanged box for a couple dollars and got pregnant in the midst. Don't act like you did that baby no motherfucking favor. Cause you didn't. But you talking like you did. I gave you life. I was the parent that stuck around. And what did you do when you stuck around? You was mad the whole time because the baby looked just like the man that left your ass. And then the baby got to take the brunt of the pain of the abuse that's coming from your ass because you bitter and you mad. There is no person more narcissistic than a woman. See, the difference between a man and a woman. See, a man will get online and disagree with you. Like the whole for those of y'all who don't know, when I did the Charleston White thing, Charleston White knew that he lost that shit. So after the cameras went off, he was like, yeah, you got me. He say, I do that because I just hoop and holler when I feel like I'm losing and I feel like I'm being overshadowed. Yeah, but you got that. See, in private, a lot of times in private, men will own up to a lot of the fucking shit that they do. A woman never will. A woman never will. In public or private. Typically when I meet men, I've met men who notice me and end up getting in a conversation with me and try to ask me about this. And then I said, come on, man. Come on, man. Why y'all act like this shit just coming? Yeah. But man, why you gotta do us like that? No, why y'all gotta do y'all like that? You know damn well this shit true, so why the fuck you tripping? Right? That's how the conversations typically go. Not if you make a woman mad, so what's the solution, sis? Okay, well, I always when people ask that question, this I'm gonna show you how to think. What's the solution to what? What's the solution to what? You being mean and being narcissistic, the first step is to acknowledge that you are. And I think that you've done that. The question now is not what's the solution. The question now is who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Can't do no shadow work if you don't know what you're working towards. Who do you want to be? You got to know who you want to be, and you have to know the behaviors and the thought process of the person you want to be and start working to embody those qualities, right? In order for you to elevate and be a better version of yourself, you have to look at your current self and be like, I don't want to be like this. See, see, y'all can do this when your ass is homeless. You can do it when it's hustle and flow, and we got to make that money. You know, it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get this money for the rent. See, when it's time for you to try to get a couple dollars, you'll get in the studio, you'll do whatever, shake your little tail feather, whatever. But when it's time to be a better goddamn person, I don't know what to do. I just can't stop being this because I'm a Sagittarius. Look, all you gotta do. What you mean I'm not listening? What you mean I'm not listening? I just answered your question. Do you feel you have intellectual superiority? What does that mean? I think I'm a hellified motherfucking intellectual. I think I study enough and think enough to be able to qualify myself as a intellectual. And I'm pretty good at what I do. I'm pretty good at what I do. Right? Wow. That's a trait of narcissism. I said the entire human species is a narcissistic species, number one. Number two, if you think I'm supposed to say I'm just the dumbest person in the world, I don't really think that I'm that intelligent. Would that be good for me in society? I don't think so. So you could call it narcissism all you want to, but what I will not allow somebody to say is, don't have confidence in yourself. You know why this is important? You know why this is important? Because I grew up being told that I was never gonna be shit. I grew up being compared to other people and made to feel like I wasn't shit. So now, As a 40-year-old woman, should I tell myself that I'm not gonna be shit and wait for you to tell me I'm gonna be shit? Should I sit and wait for you to validate me? So should I tell myself, damn, Princella, that's a good idea? Or should I act like I don't know it's a good idea and wait for you to tell me it's a good idea when you might know it's a good idea, but you don't want me to feel like it's a good idea? That ain't shit. You need to keep your day job. Don't nobody want to listen to that shit. No, I'm just asking, right? I'm just asking because we get this idea that, well, you should not have self-confidence. To keep from being a narcissist, don't have self-confidence. Listen, you can't be in this world and not have self-confidence. There's one thing to have self-confidence and another one to think that you're entitled to other people's time, to other people's resources, to not even be able to take criticism for yourself, not having any self-awareness, and just abusing people, right? The average person is a fucking abuser. You know why they abusive? They abusive because they codependent. See, they need you for something. And when a person needs you because you got something that they need for themselves, and they don't know how to get it, and they think that you owe them, what you end up with? A narcissistic abuser, a motherfucker that shift the blame, that can't take accountability for themselves, that like to play the fucking victim. That's what you get, right? Well, if you don't make yourself whole, the less whole you are, the more narcissistic you are. The less whole and complete that you are, the more narcissistic you are. Right? The majority of people are narcissistic. Number one, they think that they're the superior sex. The male thinks he's the superior sex, and the female thinks she the superior sex. I think both of their ass is garbage. Neither one of them are the superior sex. Both of them, they both destructive together. And so like I've been saying, I said, well, hell, ain't neither one of them qualified for leadership. The question is who gonna burn this bitch down faster? If the male is in charge or the female, because they both gonna burn this motherfucker down. Who gonna burn it down the fastest? In my eyes, I think a woman gonna burn it down faster. I think a woman gonna burn it down faster. I need you to understand that the more self-aware that you are, the less narcissistic you are. The more unaware you are, the more narcissistic you are. The people with the God complex, the people who are the abusers, the people who do the most evil shit are the people who have no self-awareness and do no personal work. I do far too much personal work. To put myself into the pool of people who don't do no personal work. I'm gonna say that one more time. I do far too much personal development work on myself to categorize myself in the same pool of people who don't do any personal work, who have no self-awareness, who can't take no accountability for anything. I ain't like them. I'm not like them. See, I apologize when I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize. If it's something that we need to talk about, I'm gonna make sure that we talk about it. I'm very aware of my surroundings. I'm very aware of myself. I'm very aware of the people that, and I'm a giver too. I'm a giver. I make things, I make things whole. I make things functional. So the things that I call out are not a reflection of me. The things that I call out ain't a reflection of me. Number one, what did I just tell y'all? In order to be the best version of yourself, you got to look at the current version and say you don't want to be this. Or you got to look at your surroundings and say you don't want to be this. Right? Be the change that you want to see, right? Be the change that you want to see. Not try to force others to be the change. You got to be the change. Start with the man in the mirror. Start with the woman in the mirror. Look at yourself and make a change. Make a change to be what? See, I don't want to be a narcissist. I don't want to be evil. I don't want to be those things. So I don't be those things. A lot of people want to be evil, though. A lot of people want to they don't want to be better people. Hmm? I want to be the best version of myself, and I'm going to work on me until I die. I'm going to keep coming up. I'm going to keep doing what I was designed to do. Right? It's more to life than fucking and fighting and arguing. I don't like neither of those things. Right? It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And you want to, what I've been doing all day, and I've been doing this shit for 5 or 6 days straight. First and foremost, it took me a month to write this book. I finally wrote it. Then I got it to the second stage, and now I'm making changes, editing it so that it can get finalized. Right? And I've been doing the editing process for the last 6 damn days. And I've been up since 5 o'clock yesterday morning. I've been up since 5 a.m. yesterday morning. I took an hour nap today. So this 5 o'clock will be 24 hours or 23 hours. Right? You know why? Because I have a purpose. I have a purpose that's driving me. I have a vision, right? Oh, I'll get some rest. When I'm done with this, I'm only online to take a break because I've been doing this shit all day. But what is it that I've been telling y'all? I done figured out this whole concept of love thing. I done figured it out. I done figured it out in a way that no other philosopher has. There isn't this work that I got right here. There is no work in the public domain like this. There is no work like this one. And so, like I say, when you have a vision and when God then gave you something, that's for you to see. Other people ain't gonna be able to see what you what you've seen until you put it out there, until you build it and put it out there. This right here is my claim, right? This right here is my work right here. What was your purpose defining moment? Well, so I always knew that I wanted to help people as early as 7 years old. How I was going to help people, I don't know. But I always knew that I wanted to help people. I also knew that I always knew that I wanted to break generational curses. So I remember getting baptized in the 3rd grade. My grandmother bought me a children's book, a children's Bible. And I read the Bible, the children's version. And only one story out of all the stories that I read, one story do I remember. One story resonated with me at 7. And you know that story? It was the story of Solomon. When I read that story, and he could have had anything he wanted, but he asked for wisdom. That night, after reading that, I got on my knees and I prayed for wisdom. That's what I wanted. At 7, I've always been a spiritual person. Be careful what you ask for, because it just might get it. I'm 40 years old now. So that was 33 years ago. From the time I turned 16 up until now, everything that has come in my path has been to add and to give me wisdom. To add and give me wisdom. And it's so interesting, because as I was sitting here editing my book, I was like, what I have put in this book is profound like a motherfucker. And the elements that I put in here, I say, it's so interesting, because I went to college. I studied cell and molecular biology. And after I studied that, like, my soul was pushing me to take that path. I thought it was going to be because I wanted to be a medical doctor. I am a polymath, yes. Because I wanted to be a medical doctor. At least that's what I thought. Now, if you know anything about the body, you know that you can have foreign cravings, that bacteria or parasites can take over your vessel and give you cravings that are not yours, right? I believe that's what spiritually happened to me, where I had this craving to go into the medical field, right? And the funny thing is this: what I wanted to do in the medical field, I wanted to be a cardiovascular thoracic surgeon, a heart surgeon. Now that's not coincidental. That's not coincidental at all. I wanted to do something with the heart, and I wanted to be a doctor because I wanted to help people. So this was the craving that was put into me. I then go and take these courses, right, in school. And after I finished getting all the information, I lost the desire to go to medical school. But there was information that I retained, a lot of it. And there are a few things specifically out of my chemistry class that went into my file cabinet mentally. And my soul and my mind has been holding on to this information that I took in college for a long time. Then I got my commission as an officer, leadership training. I got a project management certification, PMP. I was top salesman. I mean, I was doing a lot of shit. And I took all that information, not knowing what the fuck I was supposed to do in life, because I had a bunch of interests. I could do any and everything. I was rapping, I was dancing, I was playing music, I was drawing, I was going to school, military, I had this job, that job. I was all over the goddamn place. Yes. Yeah, commission, yeah. I was in the Army. I was in the Army 8 years, went to OCS, graduated from Army Logistics University and as an ordnance officer. Yeah, I got all this experience, right? And then on top of that, I got people experience, right? Dealing with males, females, I got all this experience, right? It took over 20 years for me to understand what all that information was for. It took over 20 years for me to figure out what this information was for. Now, the interesting fact that I wanted to be a cardiovascular surgeon just for me to write a book called The 5 Components of Love, The Mechanics of Transformation. All of that information that I gathered was for me to write this book, for me to teach people the mechanics of transformation and the true power of the heart. It wasn't for me to go in physically and fuck with the heart. It was for me to mentally and spiritually fuck with the heart. It's interesting because everything in your path is divine and purpose if you seek and if you follow the path. But you got to pay attention to your path. See, that's why when people ask me what book I read, I can't really tell you a book that I read, because the book that I read was really a compilation of all the experiences that I done had in life. A lot of the information that I have comes from college, retaining information in the science department, retaining information dealing with human beings, and thinking about this stuff and piecing all this stuff together. And so when you get this version of the book, you will see what I have done. There is no book like this. And the funny thing is this, that this information may already be out there for people that's 33rd degree Masons and in these high esoteric organizations. They may know this information. But the average person, there is no book. There is no material out there at this magnitude. And that's why I'm spending as much time as I am on it, because I know it's going to be a showstopper. I know it's going to be a showstopper. This has the power to transform therapy. It got the power to unify religious ideologies. It's got the power to heal relationships. It's got the power to heal the mind. It's got the power to transform your identity. It's got the power to do everything. I have this book has this one concept has demystified every field, every discipline. It has literally unified them all under one single component, one single piece that makes them all make sense, to show you that there's no difference in none of this stuff, and they all talking about the same thing from a different point of view. I'm super thrilled about this book. I love this book. The 5 components of love. The 5 components of love, the mechanics of transformation. Is that how you look at obtaining wisdom? So yes, you have to think. So here's the thing. Everything is an alchemical process. So I have another book called The Wire. I wrote a book called The Wire. And The Wire is an acronym. That's WIRE. And these are the 4 absolutes in all of reality. No matter where you go, if you go to the quantum realm or if you go to the galactic realm, it don't matter where the fuck you go, you're left with these 4 things. And these 4 things are work, information, relationships, and experiences. Now, this might sound basic to everybody, but it's not basic because I'm not using the words the way that the average person uses the word. When you say work, you probably mean a job. When I say work, I'm speaking in terms of science. See, can we all agree that the second law of thermodynamics says that energy is neither created or destroyed? Energy is neither created or destroyed. It only transforms from one form to another. But when we quote this, we don't know what we're saying. We really don't know what we're saying. I'm going to tell you what we're saying. Number one, in order for you to know what work is, you have to know what energy is. And energy is the capacity to perform work. Energy is the capacity to perform work. That's what energy is. So if energy is neither created or destroyed, and its capacity is to perform work, what does that mean for work? It means that work is eternal. That's what that means. Work is eternal. Which means that since you are an energy vessel, that means you are here to work. And when you are here to work, you come on this planet with an occupation already. You come onto the planet with an occupation already. Man does not have the ability to give you an occupation. Not a divine one. Not a divine one. And so that's why when somebody say, well, What make you qualified? Where is your degree? I don't have to have a degree to do what I was divinely created to do. My occupation, my occupation comes from the divine. Now, if you're not tapped into your divinity, then you're going to get an occupation from the other motherfuckers that's here. You're going to get an occupation from other people that's here. So you only got an option to do. You have one option. You have two options. You got two options. You can be a slave or you can be a servant. You can be a slave or you can be a servant. Them your two options. If you do not have a purpose, somebody will give you one. And it ain't gonna be one you like. You understand? It ain't gonna be one you like. So, for me, the wisdom that I have comes from source. And there is a matriculation process to gain wisdom. Wisdom is not automatic, right? Wisdom is not automatic. Hmm? The I in wire stands for information. The I in wire stands for information. Work is eternal. Energy is eternal. Information has to also be eternal because as long as there is existence, as long as there is something to observe, you have information to source from it. Information can be pulled from anything. So information is eternal. The base element for knowledge, for understanding and wisdom is information. You have to know how to transform information into knowledge, information into understanding, and information into wisdom. This is an alchemical process and a refinement process that takes time to go through. But the source of those three elements is information. Information is not knowledge. You can't give knowledge to people. Nobody can give you knowledge. See, my knowledge is information to you. All I'm doing is giving you information. What you do with it, that's on you. I can plant a seed. I can give you the information. I can't do nothing else. Now, I want y'all to understand, nobody taught me this. I learned all this shit on my own. I figured all this shit out. Information has to be blended with practical experience. Information has to be blended with practical experience, and this is how you get knowledge. Knowledge becomes understanding when knowledge is refined through more practice. But with this, you have to accumulate a lot of failures and successes. You have to watch your successes or your failures slowly shift into successes in order to matriculate from knowledge to understanding. You go from knowledge to understanding through successes and failures. You have to start off with more failures than successes. As you continue to go along, your failures should start to level out based on the knowledge that you continue to apply. You should see a clear shift in your output. Thank you. Thank you. Knowledge, understanding becomes wisdom when you combine understanding with creativity and instinct. Understanding plus creativity plus instinct is wisdom. This takes years and years of refinement. It don't happen overnight. Age does not bring wisdom, because if there is not a refinement process going on during that time, there will be no wisdom. There will be no understanding. You can't even have understanding with age. It's a bunch of old fools out here. Now, that ain't in a damn book that you ever read, I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you that ain't in a damn book that you ever read. Because everybody that I hear talk about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding be saying it wrong. Knowledge is, what they say, what the fuck they say? Knowledge is wisdom applied. What the fuck they say? They you see, that's not what I said. I said you take understanding, you combine it with instinct. We all have instincts. That's a natural thing. Instinct is natural. You combine understanding with instinct and creativity. This is what we call integration. The average person doesn't even understand the concept of integrating the higher self and the lower self. Wisdom is wisdom is the ultimate output of integration. The average person don't know anything. And it's unfortunate. They just don't. They just don't know nothing. And you waste your breath. You do waste your breath trying to tell people stuff. The purpose of saying you know nothing is so that you can keep learning. It's not that you don't know anything. It's just that if you think knowing something is real dangerous, is to know something is really, really dangerous. And here's the reason why it's dangerous. Because once you know something, you cement your mind. Your mind becomes very hard. It's like concrete. Belief and knowing is two different things. See, beliefs can be changed. Beliefs can be changed. They fickle. The problem is that people believe that their beliefs are beliefs. The reason that you can't get somebody to change their mind in a belief system is because they don't believe that belief system. They think they know that belief system is correct. People don't just believe, they think they know, and you can't tell them nothing. So the whole purpose of saying I know that I know nothing is to keep the mind from becoming hardened against information. What is the top 3 things you recommend to learn to integrate yourself in a better part? You got a lot of stuff to learn, honestly. There's a lot because here's the thing, it's not one thing. It's not one thing that you have to do. Like in separation. What you do need to do is get an accurate picture of the world. You can't have good relationships or good partnerships when you are not whole. The reason is because you will always be needy in some way. And when you need something, you have unconscious behavioral patterns that cause you to be dismissive of other people. It causes you to be manipulative, deceptive, and all kinds of things, which hurt and harm other people and the relationships and eventually erodes them over time. So the best relationships, the best partnerships is when people don't need each other. The worst ones is when you need somebody, because now that person has power over you. And when you need something, your whole objective is to try to somehow get power over the other person. And this is how children get harmed in the process. Two people trying to get power over each other. Yes, self-improvement is always ongoing, because here's the thing. As humans, our ability, our perceptual reference, our perceptual field of depth is very minimal. We are only able to see a short band of light on the spectrum, which means that our perception on reality is fucked up from the beginning. When you elevate yourself and you start moving higher and higher, you gain more and more and more perceptual abilities. And you see more. The more you see, the more shit you got to learn. You never stop learning. And the more you learn, the more you grow, over and over and over and over again. And the more work you do, the more you put yourself out there to be of service, the more shit you learn, the more experiences you have. It's an ongoing process all the time. Is self-improvement changing your perspective? It's inevitable. Perspective is inevitably going to change. When you see more stuff than you saw before, guess what? Your perception changed. It come with the territory. Do I believe in frequencies? I don't believe in frequencies. I know frequencies. I know that there's frequencies. Right? I got an event. I have an event called the Converter Method. For those of you who really want to learn and really want to improve yourself, the Converter Method. Today is the 9th. It's June 16th through the 18th and June 26th through the 28th. Everything that you have never been taught in 3 days. I will teach you something that you ain't never been taught in just 3 days that will give you more clarity than you've ever had in your entire life to take you into the direction that you want to go. Because this information that I have has the power to solve every human problem with this one concept. One thing can solve your financial problems. It can solve your relationship problems. It can solve your mental health problems. Every problem that you think you got can be solved by this one concept. Hypnosis ain't working for people. Casting spells, hypnosis, manifestation, ain't none of this shit working for people. Y'all all been manifesting since The Secret came out and gas prices that still went up. Y'all all been doing witchcraft, trying to attract broke motherfuckers to your house. And we still got increasing gas prices. Y'all ass ain't used none of these spiritual powers to help out nobody in the goddamn United States. Why are y'all not combining your powers to open up the Strait of Hormuz? Your goddamn motherfucking shit that y'all doing, that shit work. Open up the strait. Open up the motherfucking strait. All your manifestation, all your burning sage and your candles and all this goddamn witchcraft y'all doing. Hey. Tarot readings are nothing but about how someone feels about you anymore. I mean, all the psychics, all they do is give relationship calls. That's all people give a damn about. We've gone through what is R? Relationships. You came right in on time. R is for relationships. What is relationships? You all might think that I'm talking about we compatible because his thing fit in my thing and so it's good to go. No, that's not what I mean by relationships. So energy is neither created or destroyed. Energy is neither created or destroyed. It transfers from one form to another. And since energy is the capacity to perform work, that means work is eternal. But as long as there is energy and there will be there will be information. As long as there's energy, there'll be information to source from that energy. So information is eternal. How does information flow? Information flows through network lines, nodes and network lines. And you want to know what those are called? Those are called relationships. How things are connected. If A is connected to B and B is connected to C, that is a relationship. So that means since relationships are eternal, since everything is connected, that means you can't get away from relationships either. You're stuck in relationships. Now the question is, what quality of relationship? What quality of relationship? You got to be connected to people. And the information that you have, the quality of your information that you get is based on your relationship connectives. So they say that your income is the average of your 5 best friends. Your life is a result of the quality of your information and the quality of your connecting lines that information flow through. So if you consume a lot of trash information, you getting a lot of that trash information through your network line. A lot of it. Look at your friends. What do y'all talk about? Gossip? What kind of information you consuming? Now look at your work and look at your experiences, because that's what E is experiences. See, that's all this entire reality is. Everybody got a wire. It's about how your shit is configured. The average person has a wire configuration for slavery. The average person's wire, WIR, is configured for slavery. You don't know how to configure yourself for abundance or prosperity or sovereignty. You have to know how to configure your wire for the life you want to live. Well, here's the problem. Right? Does my book show? Yes. Yeah. So that's all I do. I stay writing. I stay creating. So I'm writing a book now, but this is the wire. That's the wire. I wrote another one. The Business Alchemy Index. And I got my 41 Shades of Men here. And now I'm working on my 5 components of love. Right? So that's what I do. How do you keep suffering at a minimum when you're configuring yourself to wire the greatest? You can get the wire on Amazon. You can get the wire on Amazon. So how to keep suffering to a minimum when configuring self for a wire. Okay, so it don't start with the wire. It doesn't start with the wire. It starts with this whole concept of love. The reason why it starts with love is because everybody's primary wire pillar seems to be relationships. Your relationships are the central reason why your life fucked up. It's your relationship pillar. Your relationship pillar is fucking all of your other pillars up. So you got to understand what this thing is called love, especially if you a woman. Because men are not the sex that has been tagged with the love identity. It's you. Because you're so emotional as females. You think love is a goddamn emotion. And all of your emotional habits, you categorize them as love. And that is directly connected to your relationships, which is fucking up your W, your I, and your E. I'm going to say this. The person who's complaining in a relationship is the responsible one. If you find yourself complaining about the relationship, you responsible for it. It ain't up to nobody to change for you. It's up to you to change for you. Because when you change your world change. When you change everything else change. All you got to do is change one element. So let me get responsible. No, you responsible. Let me tell you, it takes two to tango. So how I like to do it, take a circle. I know y'all be needing visuals and stuff, but I ain't got my thing. So y'all gonna have to try to use your mind. Okay. Circle. We got that? Now we're gonna split it in half. One half right here, one half right here. That 50-50. This 50, the person standing in this circle is 100% responsible for this half of the circle. This your half. 100% of this half is yours. Can we agree with that? This your circle. This your shit. That's 100% yours. Not the whole circle, just your circle. That 100%. And the other half, that's 100% of the other person. All right? Now this motherfucker happier than a sissy with a bag of Peter Weckers. Okay? This motherfucker over here crying. Now I'm gonna ask you this question. If this motherfucker is happy and gloating and smiling and shit, you think they finna change anything? Huh? You think they finna change anything? They happy, they got everything but you crying. You 100% responsible for this circle. Whose responsibility is it to stop themselves from crying? Is it this person or this person? Now the only reason why we having this conversation is due to incompatibility. Because at first y'all was like, Priscilla is crazy. We are compatible. Well, if we compatible, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. We having this conversation because this shit is incompatible. This motherfucker smiling and you crying. That don't sound like compatibility to me, because you want to smile too, don't you? But the things that make this person smile make you cry. Right? Thank you. Look forward to your feedback. I'm just asking, what make this person smile make you cry? So who responsible? Do you think crying and whining and complaining is gonna change the situation? Nah, it ain't. You gotta take control of your life and realize that it's your life. It's your life. And ain't nobody responsible for making you happy. You got to take care of you. I learned this a long time ago. I learned this in my youth. I learned this a long time ago. See, I knew as a kid that I wasn't gonna have nobody to depend on. I knew early on that I was gonna have to depend on me. A lot of women for some reason, don't learn this. Or they spend their time feeling like they losing something because they do have to depend on themselves. A lot of women are bitter at the fact they got to take care of themselves. I want the soft life. It's not fair. Every other race of woman gets the soft life. Bitch, white women was getting their fucking ribs broken. They was getting killed, and a lot of them still are. You now find out about Cribs, MTV Cribs. A lot of them people was broke and shit, didn't have nothing while they making you think they got the best life. I don't know about no protection because it's a lot of women that got SA'd in the house. What is people's idea of protection? What does that look like? I think protection is an illusion. Not with all these women talking about me too. Me too. Me too, girl. Group hug. Where's the protection? Because every time you ask, motherfucker, how many, the whole goddamn room stand up. Me too. What protection? Bruh, I'm just, the jokes write themselves though. The jokes write themselves. So I think all this shit is illusion. Ain't no damn protection. Ain't no motherfucking love out here. Ain't shit out here. You got to be all this shit that you wish. You have to be the person that you wish you had in your life. Do you understand that? You have to be the person of your dreams. You got to be the parent that you wish you had. You got to be the man that you want. You got to be all that for yourself. Hope ain't shit. I ain't living in no Delulu Island. I'm not. I don't do Delulu juice. Reality is so much better for me. Listen, and I'm saying that as somebody that done been SA'd. I done been in domestic violence situation. I done been SA'd. I done been in foster care. I done had a pretty rough life. Pretty rough life. I don't want shit to do with Delulu. Me accepting reality for what it is, and no, I've had a better experience in life since then. I know what situations not to put myself in. I know what people not to be around. Right? I'm at peace. Being I can't even see, like, I can't even see how people, I can't see how people don't grow. I can't see how, like, because I'm thinking about all the conversations that people have, and it's the same people still having the same conversation. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. I get burnt out and bored and on shit. Like, are you at peace with everyone? What you mean? Yeah, I'm at peace with everyone, but that don't mean that I'm in everybody's face. That don't mean I'm in everybody's face. I'm at peace with life. I do have a low tolerance for bullshit. I got a low tolerance for repetitive shit. I got a low tolerance for bullshit. I got a low tolerance for noise. Right? I This is one of the things that make it so hard for a lot of people to relate to me. Cause see, when I wrote 41 Shades of Men, it was more relatable coming from me then because I had just figured out why men was like they was. I had just came to the conclusion myself. But once I figured it out, hell, I moved on. I moved on. It's a lot of women still circle jerking in this shit. See, this is a new book to a lot of people. It's old to me. But even to the people that got it, they ain't using it. Some people ain't using it. Well, no, because you don't understand what you think you understand. See, that's the thing. If you still asking questions like this, it's because you don't understand. It's some things that you don't understand that you got to understand, right? I would highly recommend that if you are interested in truly transforming your life, right? I would highly recommend that y'all come to my event that's on the 16th, next week. When you change your inner world, your environment will change. It's online. Yes, it's online. It's online. Zoom. You can go to theconvertermethod.com, or you can go to the link tree in my bio and check out the tickets there. I'm telling you, I'm saying this as somebody who's been in hostile environments, okay? Life has not always been peaches and cream for me. It's been work, 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 and get my head above water and fight, fight, fight all my life. There are things that you don't understand about how to make things work for you with everything that you've been given. Your environment will change when you change. Right. Yeah, I have changed. I've changed a lot. I'm supposed to. You're supposed to continue to grow. See, a lot of these chicks, they don't change. They think that getting information on men and just continuing to talk and complain about men for the rest of their life is being on game. I'm not on that shit. I'm not on, like, oh my gosh. Women are just, a lot of them want you to just kiss their ass. They want you to kiss their ass and then act like you don't see their behaviors. And then if you don't go along with their shit, they want to fucking sabotage your character. They want to try to destroy you. That's women. Women can't even see. Women can't see themselves. They swear to God that they not narcissists, yet everybody is complaining about them. They kids complain about them. Men complain about them. They homegirls complain about them. Right? The studs complaining about it. Everybody is saying the same thing about women, but women stay delusional. And then they stay blaming everybody else. I'm only like this because they're doing this to me. Everybody says the same thing about women. Everybody. Everybody. And the women cannot see themselves at all. And they swear to God, everybody else is the narcissist. Let's see. Oh, lady. I'm gonna get back to doing my damn work. Get this shit out the way. I'm so ready to get this over with. I've been doing this. I've been working on this for so long. I'm just so tired. My favorites. Let's see. And dying. Don't see it. Yeah. I changed my own. I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna get ready to get off here in a second. I'm gonna be up all night, pretty much, all morning, cause I got to get this done. I just took a break to come talk on here because I've been doing this shit since 5 a.m. yesterday. I've been up since 5 a.m. I took an hour nap around 2 o'clock, and I've been at my computer since then. I'm just trying to get this shit done. So I just decided to take a break and get my mind off of this. Probably go downstairs and get me something to drink. Yeah. Men and women messed up, if you ask me. It's rare to find good people. That's what I've been saying. The human species is a narcissistic species and it's evil. Humans are evil. And they can't see it. And they think that it's the elites. They think it's everybody else. They can't see themselves. Oh, it's them. It's the government. It's the woman. It's the man. It's the dog. It's the cat. It's the devil. You know how mentally ill you got to be to blame a motherfucker that ain't even in the room? You know how mentally ill you got to be to blame somebody that ain't even there when it's you? The devil tempted me. It's the devil. Bitch, you slapped the motherfucker. You stole. You did this shit. Thank you. You see, I'm a Aquarius sun. I'm an Aquarius sun, Gemini moon, Leo rising. See, this is the reason why people can't, they can't get better. They can't get better, right? They don't, let me tell you something. If a person can't go to sleep without the TV on, without the radio, if they can't go to sleep in silence, that person got some skeletons in their closet. They breaking up their thoughts. They don't want all the stuff that's going on in their life to come fucking with them in the silence. If a person can't sit in silence, you never see their ass be quiet. Never see them. That motherfucker got a lot of dirt. The average person can't sit with themselves. That's the reason. That's the damn reason they have all these relationship problems. I don't want to be with you either. You don't like you, but you want me to like you. How does that even make sense? See, I like me. I like my damn company. And I know anybody that's in my company gonna like my company too. I don't necessarily have to be around people, because I got a lot of shit to do. I got a lot of I love peace. I love silence. I love quiet. The fact that everybody here sleep and I get to be in here with my little purple light on and my little jazz music, I like that. I don't necessarily need you here. Not if you ain't got nothing to say worth talking about. You the average person can't do that though. The average person needs some bullshit plan. This is boring to people. Damn, you ain't got nothing in. Why don't you turn on some music or something? Motherfucker like conflict and shit. I don't know. I just I know I'm not compatible with most people. I'm not compatible with a man or a woman. I'm not compatible with most people. I know that. Like I can come and do an event, or I can do a charity thing, but being in relationships with people, like no, I'm not. Now I got a relationship, but that's just this a rarity. It's a rarity to actually come across somebody that when you start elevating and shit, it's a rarity to come across somebody that you actually in alignment with. It's a rarity. So I know that if we separated under any circumstance, I know I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life, and I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. A lot of people ain't fine with being single. And my mind can't really wrap around the idea of not being able to be in a relationship, because I've been in relationships before, but in my earlier years, when I would get out of a relationship, my next relationship would be like 3 years later. Like I never just jumped from relationship to relationship to relationship. And during that time, I was working on myself. And then I reassessed maybe my thought process, my behaviors. Maybe I could have did this, maybe I did, and I would improve on those things. Then I would try a relationship again, and the shit, some similar shit would happen. There was only one relationship that I was in where it was totally because I was just not together. And that was my very first relationship. My very first book. I got out, I was 19 years old, just got out of a childhood that was real not favorable for me. So I had all of that. And he's a pretty good dude. I can honestly say that that relationship ended because I had a lot of fucking shit going on with me. Every other relationship after that, though, that was some manipulation shit on their part. And I was just not old enough to be able to see the error in how I viewed guys. Once I started catching on and seeing the behavior, because it was a consistent behavior pattern, it didn't even fucking matter they age, they fucking economic status, none of it. It was the same fucking thing over and over and over again. As I started catching on to their shit, they wasn't able to run that game no more. And I wasn't even interested in they motherfucking ass no more after that. Cause see, I know I'm incompatible with bullshit. See, I'm incompatible with bullshit. And most dudes is on bullshit note. And then motherfuckers like to try to twist it around and say it's something about you. Well, maybe it's you. Maybe he just didn't want to treat you right. No, I'm a hell of a motherfucking person. So what you ain't gonna say is because of something about me and that I don't quote unquote deserve to. No. You just ain't shit. You just ain't shit. You just never had the intentions on doing none of that shit no way. Right? See, I'm incompatible with bullshit. A lot of women are compatible with bullshit because they are bullshit. The average woman is shit. That's the reason why she likes shit. Because if you ain't shit, you wouldn't be gravitating to shit like attract like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm incompatible with bullshit. And so for me, I like my peace. I like peace. I don't have this thing in my mind where I just have to be with a man. I'm gonna tell you for real, I don't understand that mentality. I swear to God, I don't understand it. I've been a stay-at-home mom. I done dated a millionaire. I was married. I done had my little old free life as a single woman. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't out there just humping and pumping and no shit like that. But I'm just saying, I done seen a lot of people in the world. And it ain't nothing to write home to mama about. I don't understand the mentality of I just have to have a man. I don't know what I'm going to do without a man. And when I look at what men bring to the table, which is nothing but entitlement and usury, I'm trying to figure out, what is it that you're missing, sweetie? I don't understand it, because how are you so desperate for a man that you're willing to dig in the garbage and get one? You willing to dig in the garbage and get one? You dig in the garbage to get one and then complain to the world that he don't know how to hit it right. I'm just not satisfied. I keep trying to tell him how I like it and he just cannot get me there. So, ladies, what is it like? Let me see if I can pull that shit up. Y'all remember that viral shit that went around where they had asked the women, how does sex feel with a man? And all these women talk about like like you need to sneeze and it don't come out. Bitch, do y'all hear yourself? Like a scratch you can't reach. Do you even hear yourself? But you act like you just need a man so bad that you're gonna lose your motherfucking mind. But you out here telling he don't even do nothing for me. But you paying for it though. You housing a nigga. You letting him fucking use your car. You losing your friends, but he don't do nothing for you though, right? 80% of you don't even get orgasms for penetrative sex, and then your ass got to go in and get yourself off, and you got to fake it and shit. So I truly don't. When I say I don't understand this obsession and this desperation for having a man, and all you do is complain about doing all the work and having babies that they don't help you with, and cheating on you and bringing you STDs and not hitting it right, and you having to pay for. I don't understand the goddamn obsession unless your ass was created to be used. Unless your ass was just created to be used. And that's just your divine position. That's the only way that shit makes sense. That's the only way that shit makes sense. And so a lot of women can't relate to me. A lot of women can't relate to me because I don't speak slave. I don't speak slave. Any of my books on audio? Yeah, on Audible. Yeah, 41 Shades is on Audible. Mm-hmm. Right? Listen, if you want something, it's because you don't have it. I mean, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. Why y'all ask these crazy questions? It's 3 a.m. So where your girlfriend at? Like, she fucking sleep. She sleep. Or did you want to say, or was you looking for me to say, we ain't together no more? I'm the only one up because I was actually in here working. And I guess I got to get back to this shit. I don't feel like I'm tired. I still got 100 fucking pages to go. I still got 100 pages to go. And I need to get this shit in today. Three hundred plus people here. It's 10 a.m. where I'm at. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Man, it's 3:10. It's 3:10. It's 3:10. I'm approaching 23 hours. 23 hours. I'm gonna go get me something to drink because I gotta get my sleep, yeah, but I gotta get this done too, right? I gotta get this done. When I get this done, then I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm probably gonna end up, let me see. Yeah, today Tuesday. I'm gonna probably end up being asleep around, I can tell you right, I know I'm gonna probably just crash out about 8 o'clock in the morning. Maybe earlier than that. So I'm gonna be asleep half the day. I'm gonna be asleep half the day. But I'm gonna have to. Am I editing? Yeah. This is the last run that I got to do on this, and I'd be so glad when I'm finished with this shit. I'm so tired of working on it. It's a long book. It's a long book. It's 400 pages, so I had to write the whole thing, and then I had to go over the whole thing. That's a lot of fucking. That's a lot of words. I wouldn't dare. I'm like, I guess if I just had a passion, like I can't see going to school to get a PhD just to get a PhD and have to write a fucking dissertation just to get some letters. If I don't have no real passion for that shit, I'm not writing no mother. Listen, some of these dissertations be about 100,000 words. Now this is 100. This is a little over 125,000. But I can't see going to college just to like do a profession for money. I guess I'm gonna go to try to get a profession so I can make a certain amount of money or be. And have to write 100,000 words on some shit that I really ain't that passionate about. Cause it's a lot of work. That's all I'm saying. See, I'm passionate about this. This is a lot of work, but I just couldn't see doing this shit for an assignment. I couldn't see doing this shit as an assignment. Well, in order to get your letters, you got to write a dissertation. I have to? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Why they cheating school? Because they lazy. I done did people papers for them. Shit. Oh, my gosh. Yep. Yeah, so. Oh, my God. It's 3:13 in the morning. I cannot believe I'm still awake. Oh, this book is great. I'm surprised. I can't wait till it's done. I'm gonna put this one in hardcover. That's what I plan on putting it in hardcover, and I think I'm just going to. I'm gonna sell it on my own. I don't think I'm gonna put this on Amazon. And the reason that I'm not gonna put it on Amazon is because I don't like the print options they give you. The print options they give you ain't worth a fuck. And then they commissions and shit how they want to do shit, but I think my other books are fine for being on there, but not this one. This one's too, I want it in hardcover, and I want the color mix. See, on Amazon, they don't like you have to pay to have the whole book in color, but I don't need the entire book in color. I only need the appendices in color. So they don't do that mix. So that's like, and I don't think these images are going to hit the way they need to hit if it's black and white. I don't want the book in black and white, but I also don't want to pay for full color for 20 pages of color. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I'm going to put it on Amazon. I think I'm going to have to sell it myself. How do you know, how kindly, how do you know your work, your divine work? How do I know that my work that I'm doing is divine? Or how, or is the question, how do you find, or how do you personally know if your work is divine? Are you asking me about mine or yours? Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't even do witches. Is it hard using my brain all the time? No. I got a restless spirit. I have a restless spirit. My brain don't ever stop. It just keep going. I'm always thinking. You know, damn this hurt. Listen, you'll always be considered a bull dagger if you ain't out here sucking and fucking and begging a nigga for attention. Right? If your ass can take care of yourself and come out in the world with your real hair and shit, you always gonna be a bull dagger to a nigga that can't measure up to you. Right? Half these niggas can't measure up to me. They can't be, they wish they could be what I am naturally. They will say you too masculine. That's because they ain't got no masculinity. The average man don't have no masculinity. He a bitch. He a bitch. The average one. All he got is his dick. That's it. All he got is his dick and his temper tantrum. Bitch, I hit you. I'ma show you what a man is. Bitch, right? Show me that you a man and go to work, nigga. Show me that you a man and go to work. I ain't showing you shit. Cause I ain't trying to convince you I'm no real woman. Cause a real woman ain't nothing but a naive, desperate motherfucker. A real woman ain't nothing but a naive, desperate dodo bird that don't know her left foot from her right foot and begging for a man to buy her a chicken dinner. So I ain't trying to prove to you that I'm that bitch. Cause I ain't. Shit. Shit, I ain't that bitch. If you a real man, you gonna cash at me. Bitch, don't nobody want you. We gonna spend our money on the bitches that's fit, feminine, and friendly. We don't want no old bitch. I wish I would beg your ass for $1, nigga. I wish I would chase you for some child support money, ho. How How can one find the divine work they are meant for? These questions, these types of questions, they have depth to them. And the only way that you're going to have, the only way that I can say this in less than 10 seconds of how, you got to get clarity. That's the simplest way that I can answer that question now. You have to get clarity. God is not the author of confusion. If you are confused, it is not by God's hands. It is by where you are at in your perception. So you have to get clarity so that you can see your path. You might need a little assistance, because if you can't see, you got to lean on the knowledge of somebody else who can see to guide you to where you can see, right? So that's as simple as I can put it, right? Right? You know, have y'all seen Squid Games? If you ain't seen Squid Games season 2, the whole 1 and 2 is good, but season 2 is where the whole thing really kick off. That I just want you to know that Squid Games is about humans, and that fucking show got you motherfuckers down pat. Every little nuance about you humans, they got you down pat. And there's no talking to people who ain't got no sense. You already believe what you want to believe, and even in the face of evidence, your ass still can't change your mind and accept new information. You're done for. You're cooked. You've been cooked. You're burnt. You're burnt to a crisp now. But I just need you to know that all of the movies, all the TV shows really just be feeding you to yourself. It's like you chickens, and they done fried a chicken and fed you a chicken. That's what they doing to you. That's what they doing to you out here in the media. They just feeding you to yourself. That's all they doing. Cooking you up and feeding you to yourself. Y'all don't even realize that you're cannibals. You are spiritual cannibals. And they just feed you to you every day, and y'all love that shit. Just eat it up. Look, let me get off of here, because the longer I stay on here, the longer I got to stay awake. I got 100 more pages to do. I think that I have gotten my second win now. I appreciate y'all for being up with me and helping me get my second win. And I will probably see you later on today, so I can teach something at my board, right? Okay? All right. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great morning, great afternoon, and great evening for everybody all over the world.